Star Wars! Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I have all the movies. Star Wars. I'm a little bit excited for Star Wars Episode 8, so I decided that I was going to talk about the stuff that I think is going to happen, answer many of your questions, like the stuff about who Rey's father is, yada yada. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing I think we need to address is who is Rey's father, and I've calculated this in my head. I've looked at the facts. I've seen what people have posted about it and the different theories about why this guy is the daddy and everything. But you know what? I'm telling you, it's not Luke, it's not Han, and it's not Obi-Wan. It turns out that Rey's father is Chewbacca. So I have a number of reasons for this. I think they're very convincing, and I'd like to share them with you because I think you're going to agree with me too. Number one, they both have long hair. So this is something that has to do with DNA. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, and if you actually need me to expand on that, then you're just stupid. Number two, they're both close to Han Solo. If you have siblings or whatever, you probably have many of the same friends as them. As a matter of fact, you probably don't have any other friends because you're not good at making friends. Again, this is something that I believe is kind of hereditary. It's in the DNA, pretty self-explanatory. Number three, they're both passive-aggressive. Chances are, if one of your parents is passive-aggressive, then you're going to be too. And as a matter of fact, there is no chance that you could ever be different from your parents. So you don't have your own personality. Your personality takes after other people, even if it's not your parents. You have no personality, just like you have no friends. Again, this is something that's kind of hereditary. If you need me to expand on this, you're probably just stupid. And then finally, I think that this is the most important fact, the most important reason for explaining why Chewbacca is Rey's father. Alright, number four, they both breathe oxygen. I know that this one is mind-blowing. In Star Wars, there are a lot of people from different planets. They breathe a lot of different things. But the thing is, chances are, like, if your parents breathe oxygen, then you're going to breathe oxygen. This happens with animals, too. If an animal has parents that breathes oxygen, then that animal can breathe oxygen as well. Again, this is something that is hereditary. It's so obviously hereditary. And I don't need to expand on this, and you know why. Moving on, I think the next thing we need to address is the fate of Kylo Ren. Spoiler alert for those of you who haven't seen Star Wars Episode 4. It turns out that Han Solo is Kylo Ren's father, so I know that's surprising, but I just want to get that out of the way. So it turns out that Kylo Ren is actually a closet light side of the Force user. He thinks he's dark side of the Force material, but he's really not, and he pretty much just needs to come out of the closet as a good guy. You know, he tries to look tough in Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, when he's fighting Rey and everything, but he's really not all that tough when he takes off the mask. He's really a good guy at heart. He loves his mama. He also loves his dad, which is why he would never hurt his dad. He would never kill Han Solo. Rest in peace, Han Solo. We love you. God bless you. Moving on, the next thing we need to address is the fate of Luke Skywalker. So there have been some rumors out there on the internet that there have been a lot of rumors about Luke. A lot of them are really interesting and really good. But there's one idea in particular, and that is that Luke is somehow Supreme Leader Snoke. That is the dumbest idea I have ever heard. You see, I've thought about this. I've looked at all the evidence. It turns out that Luke Skywalker is just a reincarnation of Mace Windu. So if you can remember, Mace Windu was a bald fellow. So when he died in Star Wars Episode 2 and he's falling out that building, and before he meets his fate, he's thinking, man, wouldn't it be nice if I could reincarnate as some guy with hair? So he reincarnates into the body of Luke Skywalker. I feel like I don't really need to explain that. Reincarnation is a real thing. Just in case you didn't know, I lived one of my past lives as a Russian named Bob. I drank a lot, but I was a good guy. Alright, so this is a part of the video where I have to get real. Now, I'm going to make some predictions about, and this is legit. I am legit going to make predictions about what is going to happen in Star Wars episodes 8 and 9. So here we go. Alright, Star Wars episode 8, The Last Jedi. What's going to happen is that Rey is going to be training with Luke Skywalker. He's conflicted and everything because Kylo Ren, he was like, he went crazy when Luke was training him before. So Luke trains her, and then it turns out that Supreme Leader Snoke sends off the Knights of Ren to fight Luke and Rey on that island thing they're on. So they do, and they fight. So what happens is that Luke becomes kidnapped by the Knights of Ren. They bring him to Supreme Leader Snoke, and then Rey and Kylo Ren face off again at some other point, and Rey convinces him to join the light side or whatever, and so he takes her to Supreme Leader Snoke, and they go over and they try to save Luke, but unfortunately they can't. So then Star Wars Episode 9 opens with them like working together to save Luke Skywalker and everything, and basically it's gonna be like the plot to Return of the Jedi. So you can check after the movie happened. You can check to see how legit my ideas are about this. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. I'm right. Thanks for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't give it a thumbs down. Don't give this a thumbs up because I'm desperate. I'm desperate for attention. Subscribe to my channel because I'm desperate for attention. Appreciate me in your heart because I'm desperate for attention. So yeah, that's about all, and have a nice life.